Think you know everything about NCIS? Think again. You've spent years watching Special Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs crack cases and lead the team with his famous rules, an intense stare. But what if I told you he was almost never called Gibbs at all? That's right. Before NCIS became the show we all know and love, the creators had a completely different name in mind for the character. And trust me, it would have changed everything. Stick around, because the story behind this near change is wilder than you think. Let's go back to the early 2000s. CBS was building a new show, something bold, a spin-off of JAG that would mix military precision with gripping criminal investigations. The project was tentatively called Navy NCIS at the time, and the creators knew they needed a strong, grounded lead character to hold it all together. They dreamed up a no-nonsense former Marine with a sharp sense of justice, mysterious past, and a face that never flinched. But here's the twist. They hadn't settled on his name yet. During the initial drafts of the NCIS pilot, the lead agent's name was not Gibbs. The team behind the scenes, writers and producers included, had tossed around several possibilities. One of the most surprising, Agent Bob Sheridan. Yes, you heard that right. For a brief moment in TV history, our favorite special agent almost walked onto our screens with a completely different identity. Bob Sheridan was one of the earliest names pitched, but it didn't quite have the same ring. It lacked the punch, the grit they wanted for the central figure of what would become a legendary show. The name came from a combination of influences. Show creator Donald P. Belisario wanted something that would be instantly memorable, slightly old school, and full of character. Leroy Jethro gave the character a southern, almost rural grounding, while Gibbs was short, strong, and military-sounding. It rolled off the tongue, it was different, and most importantly, it fit Mark Harmon's portrayal like a glove. This is one of those NCIS trivia facts that even hardcore fans often miss. Imagine for a second, would NCIS have been the same if the lead was Agent Sheridan? Let's be honest, it just doesn't sound right. His iconic Gibbs stare might have still been there. The famous head slaps and rule number 9 could have survived, but the name Gibbs is part of the fabric of the show. It's become a symbol of loyalty, strength, and silent leadership. A different name could have altered everything, from how the character was written, to how fans bonded with him, to even how spin-offs were branded. It's a classic case of how a small decision in the writer's room shaped the DNA of an entire franchise. As NCIS grew into one of the longest-running scripted primetime shows in American TV history, Gibbs became more than just a name. He became a symbol of the show's heart. When fans were asked about this behind-the-scenes nugget at conventions and on fan forums, many were stunned. For most, the idea of Gibbs not being Gibbs was almost unthinkable. Some fans even joked, if they called him Bob, he might not have lasted 20 seasons. That's how deeply his name is tied to his legacy. Sometimes, the smallest choices make the biggest impact. In a world filled with reboots and spin-offs, it's easy to overlook the tiny building blocks that make a show iconic. But Gibbs' real name could have changed the entire course of TV history. So next time you binge NCIS, take a moment to appreciate how close we came to meeting a very different man in charge of the major case response team. Thanks for watching. If you loved this behind-the-scenes look into the world of NCIS, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insider stories, fan theories, and exclusive NCIS content every week.